Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Today is Sunday. We have our Sunday episode. This is our first Sunday episode of season 2 of the show, if you will. We've been doing, as you guys know, and for people who don't know, we're doing Sunday episodes every other Sunday. Just to give your boy a nice little break every once in a while. But we're here. We're on a beautiful Sunday. I got an interesting thread for you guys, as well as some juicy scenarios for today. So hopefully you guys are ready for all of that. And give me one moment. Come on. There we go. Okay. Without further ado, today's thread is, what's your worst Tinder experience? Oh, baby. I've always said that dating apps are a fucking waste of time. But you know what? It's how people are meeting people. And, hey, it is what it is. So let's get into you guys' worst Tinder experiences. Went out with a girl from Tinder, went out one time, had a great time talking to each other. She asked me about my plans for next Friday, and I told her I can't go out because my friend has his birthday that day. She gets mad, saying I don't want her. I say, let's go out on Saturday. She doesn't even tell me that she can't go out. She just curses me out. I tried to salvage the situation, but she can't listen to anything. Then she proceeds to stalk my Instagram for 2 years, even after I deleted my account because I got hacked. I told her why she kept following me from different accounts. I had counted 14. God damn. She told me, do you not want me to follow you? I said yes, and then never heard from her again. What? What? What the fuck? So just because you didn't want to hang out with her because it was your friend's birthday, you got a lifetime stalker out of that? Like, what? The logic is crazy on that. Like, for what? I don't get it. Like, literally, he was like, yo, we can hang out the next day. We can't hang out Friday, but we can hang out the next day. Like, what the fuck? Is that what goes on Tinder? Is that the weirdo experience? Like, what the hell? I had so many, but the weirdest experience was when a guy drew a portrait of me and made me look fat in it and tried to make me pay $20. What the fuck? This man's trying to start a business on Tinder by drawing caricatures. Like, what the hell? He's just like, hey, I made you something. And she's just like, why'd you make me look fat in it? He's like, that's $20. What the fuck? That is weird. Alright. I was supposed to meet a guy for coffee. First, he said he was running late. Then he said he may or may not be coming. Wait a minute.
Bruh.
Okay, alright. Why set something up if you're not going to show up? What the fuck? I would have to wait and see. As I was leaving, I saw him at the cafe across the road with another girl. Wow. About an hour later, he sent me a rude message calling me a bitch because I stood him up and wasted his time.
What did he say?
Wait a minute. So you set up a date with this girl, and then, crazy enough, you set up the dates in the same, like, shopping center, which I think is crazy, to the point where she sees you with this other girl, and I guess in his head he was like, oh, I'm gonna set up stuff with both of the girls, that way if one of them, is weird or something, then I can just go to the next girl, I guess. But then he's like, oh, I might not even show up because I'm sure conversation with the first girl was like really good and things are going well. But why the fuck would you call the second girl a bitch? And as she stood you up when she saw you with another girl, she was there. She was at the coffee shop. She was waiting for you. But then she saw the bullshit you was playing and then she left. I would have left too. I'm like, what are we talking about here? I'm not staying. I'm going home. Like, what the fuck? Okay. All right. Like, what the fuck is going through your head to make you think like, oh yeah, she's just gonna sit there the whole day and wait for you? Like, bro, she don't even know you. We talked for about 10 minutes and she started saying that she loved me. Whoa, hold up. And wanted to know where I lived. Noped out of that situation pretty quick. Whoa. She was looking to speed run that relationship. She was like, how fast can I get a man to move me in? Because I guarantee you, her home life or her situation at home is very bad. And so she was looking for any sucker to move her in and get her out of that situation real quick. She was trying to speed run this relationship because there's no other reason why she would be saying I love you on the first date, and the first date's not even over yet. It's like, whoa. I mean, it would be a different story if you guys kind of knew each other for a while before you actually dated, but I mean, come on, we're meeting on Tinder here. Relax. You know, like, I don't even know if I want to spend the rest of my life with you either, or I love you. Like, what the fuck? I don't even know if I like you. Like, bruh. She was very adamant. I put it in her butt. Oh, less than 2 inches in, I was shat on. Yeah. Bruh. No, this man got doo-dooed on. No. She was like, if we're doing this, you have to put it in my butt. And he's like, you know what? I've always wanted to try that, so I'm down. Whatever. My man gets in there and she straight doo-doos on him. Oh, that's a man's worst nightmare right there. I wouldn't have said anything. I would have just got dressed and I would have left. I would have just got dressed and I would have left. I wouldn't have said anything to her. I wouldn't have nothing. I would have got dressed and walked out. There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from getting doo-dooed on, bruh. I'm sorry. There's nothing that you can say. There's nothing that you can do. There is nothing but you just getting dressed and you walking out. I'm sorry. That is probably the biggest L you can take. That is the biggest L you can take, bruh. That sucks. That's tough. That's tough, my guy. Man, that's tough. All right. I was traveling in Metro. A girl beside me left swipe me. Yes, you read that right. I was sitting beside the girl that was using Tinder. Yo! Thank God I was wearing a mask that time. My self-esteem went to the depths of hell. Mine would too. If I was literally on Tinder and then I see the girl next to me on Tinder and she is on my profile and I'm like, yo, you gonna swipe right? Like, what's up? And she said, nah. I would be like, yo, I gotta get off this fucking train. I gotta get off this bus, whatever we're on. What are we on? The train. I was like, I gotta get off this. I would not want to sit next to her after that. Oh, imagine if he didn't have a mask on and she was just like, is this you? Like, that would be crazy. She might have swiped right at that time. You never know. Sent me 38 messages in 3 hours, starting off positive and ending up threatening to do something we'll both regret if I didn't reply. I only saw them when I checked my phone on my lunch break. Yo. I guarantee you that was a dude, because there's no girl out here sending 38 messages in 3 hours and then it goes from positive to threatening you to like, oh yeah, this is easily a dude, easily a fucking guy, man. And my biggest thing is like, what are you doing sending 38 messages, bruh? If she ain't responded to the first 2, then it's over. You're done. It's clocked, bro. And, you know, I'd argue if she doesn't even respond to the first one, it's like she don't want to talk to you. Come on, man. I'm all for, like, you text her one day and then you give it like a full 24 hours and then you text her again, I give it that. Like, that's fine. But if she doesn't respond to that second one, it's over. You know, because I guarantee you I could picture that message thread now. It's like, hey, how's it going? Hey, what you been up to? How have you been? What's been going on? What do you like to do for fun? And this is all him. And then he's just like, all right then, well, if you don't want to message me back, whatever. I have other girls I can message anyway. Oh, forget you. You're very shallow and whatever. And then he's just like, oh, fuck you, bitch. Like, nobody likes you anyway. That's why you're on Tinder. Like, I guarantee you that was the whole thread. She didn't even send a picture of that shit, but I can guarantee you that was the whole fucking thread. And that's what females deal with a lot of times. And it's why it's why they swipe right on like 5% of dudes. You know what I mean? Because that's the bullshit that they get. And it's just like, you're fucking it up for the rest of us, dude. You know? Craziness. About 20 minutes into the date, she divulged that she was actually married. Whoa. Why? You could have left me in naivety and I would have been just fine with that. Like, come on, man. And had escaped her husband with their dog. Actually got kind of scared, paranoid, thinking she and her man were crazy and were going to kill me in the parking lot. Politely left after a couple drinks. Lady texted me a few weeks later saying the dog died and if I wanted to hang out. Never texted her back. It was bizarre. Rip lady's dog. She had mentioned it was sick, but strange circumstances nonetheless. You know, I guarantee you that she wasn't broken up with her dude. The dog didn't exist. And that she was just looking for some dick and fun on the side. You know? Either that or they were separated but not divorced. And she was probably just looking, for a little something. Like that's why for me, like, if they were separated and divorced and like, she ran away from him or whatever, it's like, why say you're married? Like, I don't need to know all that. Like, you're kind of ruining it. But at the same time, I get it because he dodged a huge red flag, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, do people even really take Tinder seriously? Like, are there people who are actually on Tinder that take it seriously? I mean, you can comment down below and you can, like, correct me if I'm wrong. That's fine. I don't use dating apps because I just think they're such a waste of time. I enjoy meeting people face to face, I think dating apps are just beauty contests anyway. If I'm being real with you, it's like people can easily be very judgmental without, like, it being called out. And so that's why people do it. And they're just like, oh, yeah, no, I'm only going to date if they have this, and that, or only if they're working this kind of job, or, you know what I mean? It's just weird to me. And then, like, pictures, I don't understand why pictures matter so much. I kind of look at it like, as long as you got, like, 3 good updated photos of yourself, I think that's fine. I could care less if it's a mirror selfie or if it's with friends or if it's a photo of you on vacation. I could care less what the photo is. If I'm being honest, as long as they're current and up to date, like, that's cool. I would be mainly in your bio to kind of just see, like, if you're an interesting person. And most of the time, people really are interesting people, but I don't judge you until I actually talk to you, because I'm the type of guy where I look at it like, I'm not the tallest dude. I'm not the most handsome guy. But you talk to me, you get to know my personality, and you're like, you know what, dude's pretty funny. Dude's pretty interesting. And I think that's where the attractiveness a lot of times come out, for me. And I would argue most guys, if I'm being honest with you, I think most guys, it's like if you gave them a shot to talk to them, they would actually be pretty interesting. Are there a lot of weird dudes? 100%. But I think there's a good majority, a good handful of dudes that they're not the greatest on the outside, but you actually talk to them and you're like, you know what, dude's actually pretty cool dude. I don't know. I think that's what's missing in dating apps so much, is that people don't really care. They just judge the book by its cover before reading it. And it's just like, in the real world, when you meet people, you actually, you're going to see them and you're going to judge them, of course, but you get the opportunity to talk to them, and then it just changes it immediately. There's so many people that I've worked with where I'm just like, yeah, that dude's probably really weird. And then I got to know the guy and I'm like, wow, okay, dude's not weird. He's actually a pretty cool guy. He just looks weird. Same thing with women. It's like, wow, that girl, she just kind of seems like a wild, crazy chick. And then you kind of get to know her and you're just like, well, she's a sweetheart. Like, holy shit. You would have never known unless you talk to him. I don't know. That's just my stupid 2 pennies. Don't take my word for anything. I'm just saying. All right, not Tinder, but Grindr. Oh, goddamn. And he tried to ask if we could involve our dog. Wait, what?
What?
Involve him in what? Then tried to spike my drink when I told him no. I left so fat. Whoa. Okay. Wow. He was like, I'm getting that booty hole. He was like, I don't care how I got to get it. I'm going to get that booty. And then the whole let's involve the dog. What's that about? What are we involving the dog in? How is the dog going to be involved? You want to put peanut butter on my penis or something and have the dog lick it? Like, what are we doing? And I would believe it, especially because I have a friend, and he frequently uses Grindr to the point where, like, he and I will be hanging out, or like me, him, and my best friend will all be hanging out, and then he's just like, hey, I'll see you guys like in an hour, and we're like, what? Where the fuck are you going? Like, what are you doing? And he's just like, oh yeah, I met a guy on Grindr, and I'm just gonna go like meet up with him real quick, and then I'm gonna come back. And it happens all the fucking time. And a lot of times he'll come back with the stories, and he'll just be like, oh yeah, dude was weird, like, he was sucking me off, and then he wanted to like, he wanted to do something weird. I don't know. It's always something different. And I'm just like, is this the normal thing? Is this what just happens? Is this how the gay dude community gets down? You guys just, man, I'm like, okay. Like to the point where he's just randomly la da da. Oh, hey, I'll be right back. Like the speed of it is quick. You're just like, what? That's what trips me out so much about like Grindr and the male gay community, is that these motherfuckers meet up quick. Yeah, they're just like, hey yo, I'll be back, and you're just like, what? And then he comes back and he's like, yeah, I just got done having sex, and I'm like, wait, huh? Like you would never hear a straight dude say that. You know what I mean? You never hear a straight dude to be like, oh yeah, hold on, I'll be back in like an hour. Then he comes back and he's like, yeah, I just fucked a girl. Like, you would never hear that, ever. It's just one of those, it's just crazy things that you're just like scratching your head at. Grindr is crazy. I ain't gonna cap to you. From what I've heard. First and only Tinder match that went anywhere was a girl that was supposedly eager to meet up fast for no strings attached bedroom fun. It was giving off serious danger vibes, so I passed. The next morning, I read a news story how a man was robbed, murdered at the exact same spot she wanted to meet. Yo, uninstalled the app and never went back. That's crazy. And that's another fucking sucky thing about dating apps, is you can get finessed. We've had a few situations on the show where that's happened, where there was this guy, he was in college, and he was kind of like a lonely dude. He was in the engineering program, so there's not a lot of girls in his classes and that go to his school and stuff like that. And so, he met a girl online, and it wasn't a girl that fucking showed up. It was like 3 dudes. And they were trying to rob him. And he was like held up in his house, and they're banging on the door. Open up the door, blah, blah, blah. And he called the police, and it made them go away and shit like that. But it's like, yo, you can get finessed hard, bro. Finessed. Like, oh, it's tough out here being a dude. And if I'm being honest with you, just the simple fact that it's like, the odds are so far against you. You know what I mean? They're so far against you. It's crazy. And again, that's why I'm just like, I'd much rather just meet a girl in person. It's like, I know you're a female. I know what you look like. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, dude, that's tough. All right. I was once on a date with a woman I could tell reasonably quick wasn't going to amount to much. Nothing against the person, just we just weren't that compatible. And while she was nice enough, she wasn't really my type. So we were finishing our drink and winding the date down when she begins to tell me about her dream in life, which was to open a mashed potato bar. Okay. Like the Chipotle of mashed potato bars. What the fuck is a mashed potato bar? I feel like with her having a dream like that, you guys live in the middle of nowhere. You guys have to live in the middle of nowhere to want to open up a mashed potato bar. Like, I've never heard of that ever. Like, what the fuck? Like, you go in and ask for a certain kind of potato, most of which would have a tap-based system, and then you'd basically have them make a potato bowl for you. And this explanation went on for a while, like I was ready to be done with this date, but I was held in this starchy mind prison for at least 45 minutes listening to this person wax on about her spud ambitions. In the end, I asked how she would make this tap system work without just having wads of potato getting stuck in the pipes. And she said that she said she thought of that. And for that reason, she would only use instant potatoes. Which, like, your passion is potatoes, but you're not going to offer anything other than boxed instant potatoes. It blows my mind writing it out now as it did hearing it then. Okay. God damn it. Now I'm thinking about that awful idea she claimed to have written a business plan. I like A+ for, creativity and I guess something different because I've never heard of a fucking potato bar. But if I'm being honest with you, I'm just like, who in their right mind would go there? Yeah, don't get me wrong. There are people who like baked potatoes and stuff, but I don't think they like it that much to the point where they're going to go there every single day and be like, yo, give me that potato, dog. Yeah, like I just don't see it. I don't see the market for a potato bar. And then I guarantee you live in the middle of nowhere. You live in Kansas. You live in one of the Dakotas. You live in Montana. You live in the butt fuck of nowhere. I guarantee you. You know what I mean? Where like your customer base is literally going to be like 30 people who all live in the same town and they're all fucking each other. And like, dude, I guarantee it. Like that is your customer base and that's where you guys are. There's no way that you're in a big city like Chicago, LA, San Francisco, Miami, or like New York or anything like that. Like you're not in a big city. There's just no fucking way because I don't see that. Now don't get me wrong. I think there is a restaurant that is around like potatoes. I know you see it in the mall sometimes. Maybe that's just a California thing. I don't know. But there is a place in like some of the malls here in California where it just serves all potato products. You know what I mean? They do like the sliced potatoes on a stick and they like season it. And they do different varieties of French fries. They do a baked potato and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess you could say that that's a potato bar, But, I mean, I hardly see anybody go there, if I'm being honest with you. I look at it and I'm like, how the fuck is that place still there? And it probably wouldn't be if it wasn't in a mall, Like it's just that shitty mall food where you're like, fuck it, I'm here. I don't want to go anywhere else to get food, So, like, yeah. All right, well, good luck. Good luck. Had someone straight up say they matched me to see if I would match them. Told me I was way too ugly to be in the app and that I should delete it and accept being single for the rest of my life. Whoa. Yo. That's just so mean. Why would you do that? Don't match me then. Ignore me. Like, why would you just swipe right on somebody just to see if they match? I bet it was a thing where they were. I don't want to say it, but I really think this is a girl because no dude is gonna really say that to a girl if I'm being honest with you. Because a lot of times, with dudes, it's like they're just swiping, just to get replies. You know what I mean? It's like a dude on a dating app is not even gonna get that many replies. So I don't know. It could have been a guy saying that to a girl, but I don't know. It's just, why would you do that anyway? You just look at them and you're just like, all right, I already know this is gonna be a match, and it's just like, that's so fucked up. And then you're gonna sit there and go out of your way to be like, oh, I didn't even want to match you. I just knew you were gonna be a match because you're ugly and this and that. Like, damn, that's craziness. My first one, she was a bit of an oversharer. Maybe don't tell me you almost made out with your cousin right a what now? What? That is something you take to the grave, girl. If that actually happened, that's something you take to the grave, girl. You don't share that. She said, oh, yeah, he was like, so tell me about yourself. Like, well, I'm a pretty outgoing person. You know what I mean? I made out with my cousin one time. That was kind of crazy. And homeboy was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with this date already. What in the hell are we doing? Like what the fuck are you talking about, girl? Why? Again, that's something you take to the grave and you just leave it. You just leave it alone. Oh, my God. My very brief one-time use of this app at a party with a girl I roomed with and was interested in, and some coworkers. They think it'd be fun for me to get Tinder and see what happens. Girl I like convinces me to download it, says she used it before. They do the same thing with a girl I work with, no interest in her. We download it and start using it. Some people huddled over me, some people huddled over me, some over her, two groups. My profile comes up on her app. They freak out, make a big deal. She swipes while they're freaking out with her. She comes up on my app. I skip while no one is looking. Back to two groups, forget it, and back to the party. Later noticed how mood kind of died a bit and overhears some talk about how come she didn't show up on my app. Why didn't it make a match? Realize what they were trying to do. Set me up with her via a Tinder match. They assumed I would swipe, delete app, cringe the whole way home, never touched it again. This is the most fucking Gen Z thing ever. Like, if you guys are trying to hook each other up, why don't you just tell each other, or why doesn't her friends confirm with his friends that they like each other, and then they just say, hey, yo, Jacob is into you. Hey, yo, Tammy is into you. Like what the fuck is going on? Like back in my day, all right, let me get out the cane and bifocals real quick, because back in my day, that's how we did it. If two people were flirting with each other and like the friend groups could see it, they would just be like, hey, yo, she likes you. And then that's when you have the little awkward conversation, before you guys pretty much become boyfriend, girlfriend. That's happened to me, you know what I mean? Where I was flirting heavy with a girl, and then she was flirting back, but I was like, I was one of those kids where I was just like, nah, she don't like me like that. And they're like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like what are you doing? Like, she's making it obvious as fuck. But I was Ray Charles out here, you know what I mean, not wanting to see nothing. And then they were just like, dude, like, I guarantee you ask her out and she'll say yes. And I was just like, fuck it, and I did it. And then she said yes, and I'm like, whoa. But we didn't need to go through an app to do, what the hell? And then you guys are in the same room. That's the weird part about it. They're in the same room. It's not like he's at a party and then she's at a party. They're in the same fucking room. That is just the weirdest thing ever. Technology has made it so weird for people to date. I don't think that dating has gotten complicated necessarily because of men or because of women. I think really technology complicated it, because I think people much rather talk to each other through a screen. You know what I mean? That actually meet each other and talk to each other and stuff like that. And then all the other shit, like, you know, I want the 6 foot and, you know, all that other shit. I think that just stems from it. You know what I mean? And I think that's the whole thing, where it's just like nobody really wants to talk to each other. Because I've tried that. Like, I've gone out and tried to talk to people and be like, yo, hey, what's up? How's it going? And they look at me like I murdered a dog, you know, or like I'm covered in blood or something. Like, they just look at me and they're just like, what? Why are you talking to me? What is going on here? And I'm just like, am I a different fucking species or something? Like, I'm just saying what's up, trying to start a conversation. Like, no shit, I don't know you and you don't know me. Like we already know that. But I'm just trying to have conversation, meet new people. But they look at me like I fucking shot a man outside and walked in and said, hey, what's up? Hey, okay, moving on. But damn, that's ridiculous. Went on a date with a girl looking for a serious something. She barely talked. She said literally nothing. I paid for everything, which is fine, but zero return on any fun or conversation. She ends up texting for a second date, and I said, what the hell? Maybe she had stage fright or something. We go on the second date for coffee, and she literally opens with, I'm really nervous around guys until they've given me oral, and I know they have what it takes. Maybe if I was like in my 20s, I would have been up for the challenge, but it was just weird and not my scene for someone I barely knew. Deleted the app soon after that. So she's like, I'm not comfortable with you until you lick all my coochie. Okay, I'm glad you had that moment to think about that, because that's just bananas. That's bananas. Why? Why would I have to lick on your coochie in order for you to like give me a conversation on the date? I mean, I guess like she's like, oh, I don't make the decision on the guys that I choose to be with. My vagina does that. My vagina decides the men that I date and hang out with. Like, are there really females out there like that? Because if there are, that's kind of crazy. You know, it's like, what's the logic behind that? You know, like walk me through your process of how you got to that conclusion. You know, where you're like, oh yeah, I won't date a dude until my coochie says that he's good enough to date. You know, I like that's that. Oh man, okay, that's just crazy to me. Oh, Tinder is a different beast, ain't it? Joined Tinder when I was 18. I'm not the most attractive man, but I figured I'd give it a shot. Only then to realize that majority of matches I was getting were catfish accounts. Damn. The one catfish I got was a woman claiming to live in a neighboring town, asked to meet me at a pizza place for a date. I got there and waited 20 minutes before she messaged me and said she needed money for an Uber so she could come down to the pizza place. Didn't want actual money, wanted $50 worth of Steam gift cards to pay for the Uber. What? I blocked the account, paid for my drinks, and walked out. Deleted Tinder shortly after and haven't been back on since. What? How does that even make sense? Like, as you're the scammer and you're just like, oh yeah, send me $50 so I can go down there, but send it in Steam gift cards. And it's just like, bro, come on, man. I'm not that stupid. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not that dumb. Like, what are we doing here? Because I guarantee you, if it was just money, he probably would have sent it. I ain't gonna cap. Like, he probably would have sent that money. He probably would have been like, oh yeah, that's how much you need to get, you know, to the pizza place. Sure, why not? You know what I mean? But the fact that the Steam gift cards probably was what threw him off, he probably would have sent it. I don't know. I'm just saying. You know, in my experience, dudes have done some weird ass shit. Just, get a girl there and then they still don't show up. My friend female gave me, male, her phone with Tinder open. Holy shit, some of the messages she got. I also engaged with a couple of guys she hadn't bothered with yet, and within a few short messages they were saying some very rogue and out there things. I get for others being that forward may be cool, but to me it just seemed incredibly disrespectful. Yeah, but at the same time I think Tinder is one of those places where like you just match with a bunch of people and then, you just sort through the matches and you're like, oh, dang, that girl's cute. Hey, yo, you want to fuck? Like, I ain't really looking for anything serious or special. Oh. Ooh. All right, this is going to be our last one for this thread. Oh, I didn't know I was going this far into the thread. Matched and met with a girl who I felt like I had a genuine connection with. I traveled for work a lot at the time, but we talked on the phone for a little over a week before I had some downtime to meet her. Talked about everything from what's least and most important to us. Ironically, transparency and honesty were at the top of our list. I still feel bad saying this now, but when we met, she looked absolutely nothing like her photos. Girl stated she was 5 foot with a thicker athletic build. Since she played sports in college, she shows up and is closer to my height, 5'7", but height is not something I care about. The girl was easily over 300 pounds. Yo! I felt so embarrassed with people staring at us the whole time. I did the nice thing and at least had dinner with her, but when she tried to hold my hand and kiss me when we were done, I straight up told her I'm sorry, but I can't, and left. She messaged me almost immediately calling me fat phobic, and I politely told her that the way she described herself is not accurate. Damn, son. Yeah, she catfished the fuck out of you. Oh, and I bet her pictures looked crazy. I bet she was like doing the angles and everything to make it look like, oh yeah, like I looking good. Then you see her and you're just like, whoa, what is going on here? Like, look, don't get me wrong. Like, if you're fat, you're fat. Like, that is what it is. But don't go and say that you're not. Like, that's the thing I have a problem with. It's like, look, if you're a big girl, you're a big girl, whatever. But don't go and say that you're not. And then you're going to sit there and you're pretty much lying and saying like, oh, I'm an athletic, thick build. Homeboy's out here thinking, you got some big titties, tiny waist, and then you got a big butt and big thighs. That's what he's thinking. I guarantee you he was walking into that day like, oh my God, I can't wait to see this girl's booty. It's going to be crazy, And then you walking out like Respucia. And it's like, oh, son, what is this? And then you embarrassed out here walking around like you Norbit. Like, come on, bro. That's crazy. Again, this is why I don't do dating apps. This is why I just think they're a waste of time. I've always said it on this show. And if you're new around here, yes, I think dating apps are a waste of fucking time. Because it's just a bunch of people just playing with each other. If I'm being honest with you, you know what I mean? It's just a bunch of people. I think like dating apps is where like people are their most judgmental and they're most shallow. And that's why I don't do them, because I'm like, I know if I got on the dating apps, I would probably become the same way. I would become just as shallow. I would become just as judgmental. And I'm like, no thanks. I don't want to do that, But I've been going on to this thread for way too long. It was just too juicy. It was too good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that thread. Hopefully you guys, have some Tinder stories you want to share, or your opinions on dating apps, or whatever the case may be, or you want to challenge my opinions on dating apps, you can and totally are welcome to do that. I'm going to breeze on through the announcements. This is going to probably be a longer episode. This will probably be like an hour plus. But patreon.com/My Podcast, get an exclusive episode every single Friday and a year's worth of content year. A whole 365 days worth of content, baby, over there. All right, a whole year worth of content over there for that $3 a month, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on Tuesday and the every other week Sunday episode that we'll have going on, like these people did here. Don't worry, I will still get to all of your scenarios, even if I go through the the thread all long like I did. If you're an audio listener, go ahead and keep downloading the show as well as rating the podcast 5 stars. Helps out a lot. It is for free. And what we say is if it's for free, it's for me. And if you want to even help more on the free 99 side of things, go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. All right. On YouTube as well as Twitch and Kick, I'm starting to stream. We had our last stream on Friday. That was a pretty big success. We played some Black Myth Wukong. Man, if you want to watch your boy rage, I have the full VOD on the channel. If you're an audio listener, go ahead and head over to the YouTube channel. It's like a 4-hour long video. You can skip through a lot of it. We'd have a little technical difficulties in the beginning, but, I'm still working out the kinks of like my streaming. I think all the audio sounds good. I think it's just my microphone was pretty low. But if I'm being honest with you, you know what I mean? I don't want you guys to hear me talking the whole fucking time, you know what I mean? And screaming at the microphone, because boy, that game got me heated. Oh my God. I spent like at least an hour on one of the bosses. So like, again, if you guys want to check me out and just kick it with your boy, playing some video games and raging at Black Myth Wukong, head on over to Twitch and Kick. If you want, you can subscribe to us on YouTube, and I'm gonna try to start streaming on YouTube. I couldn't get the streaming to work on YouTube on Friday, so I switched around my settings, and I hopefully have found out a way to like get it to work. So, because I'm trying to do the whole multi-streaming thing, you know what I mean? So I'm still trying to get that everything situated and set up. I'm mostly going to be streaming on Fridays, Sundays, and Mondays, probably later. So like I would say around maybe 6 or 7 o'clock. What is that? Maybe Eastern Standard Time, right? Like 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so if you guys want to catch me live over there, check your boy out. You know what I mean? If you want to check us out on YouTube, you mainly watch streams on Kick, or you watch them on Twitch, wherever you watch them, I'll be on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So check us out there. I do have my handles here on screen for you guys, so you guys can just look those up and then go straight to your boy. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into today's scenarios for today. We got some pretty juicy ones sent in by our Patreon people. First one is, am I the asshole for blocking and silently moving on from my cheating fiance? Ooh, damn. Oh, come on. There you go. All right. I, 31 female, dated my ex-fiance, Jose, 33 male, for 5 years, and we've been engaged for about 6 real months. Okay. What do you mean real months? Like, what do you mean by that? Because you were dating this nigga for 5 years, and then all of a sudden you said 6 months were 6 real months? All right, let's see what's up. We had a really good relationship. I thought he and I were going to end up being together for the rest of our lives and build a family together. To make a long story short, I found out that he had been cheating on me with a coworker for about 9 months. Yes, before the engagement. At first, I was beyond mad, and my first impulse was to find ways to literally ruin his life and career. Damn, nigga. Okay. But honestly, after about 16 hours of thinking and crying about it, he was on a work trip. I figured anything I did would be a waste of time, and since my goal was to start a family, I felt like I didn't really have any more time to waste on someone who obviously isn't going to be in my life in the long term or short term. So I just let go. I packed all my things, asked my dad to help me move back into the family home so I could get situated, and literally just started moving forward with my life. I just let him have anything that was ours. Something about those items seemed foreign to me, and I didn't really want to associate with it. I left the ring at the house. By about halfway through the second day, while I was moving my stuff, he started to really push the envelope on getting me on the phone, but I continued to dodge. I had to undo some things. There was no joint bank accounts, but some other accounts / things we shared that I had to untangle, but our lives were pretty separate. By the third day, still without saying anything to him, I blocked him and asked my parents not to discuss anything about him. They, of course, knew what happened. I told them they were more than welcome to maintain a relationship with him if they choose. My dad loved him, but I asked them not to discuss or talk about me at all. Oh, see, if I was the dad, yeah, man, that nigga would get his ass whooped. I ain't gonna cap. It'd be on sight. You hurt my baby girl like that? You hurt my baby girl like that? You out here cheating on her for 9 months and you doing all this shit and she out here trying to have a family with you. She being a good girl. She doing all that? Yeah, no, it's on sight with you, Jose. Yeah, it's on sight, Jose. I went from love to hate real quick because that's my baby girl. And you out here breaking her heart like that. I'd be like, don't worry, babe. And don't worry, baby girl. You ain't got to ruin his life. Pops is going to ruin his life. And, the other girl's going to break up with him. How fucked up I'm going to make his face. Like, man. But I asked them not to discuss or talk about me. Oh, hold on. But I asked them not to discuss or talk about me at all to him. Okay. After this week-long business trip, he showed up at the house, but I told my dad I had nothing to say to him and to please get him to go away. Now it's been about 2 weeks and he hasn't been back since, so I've still not talked to him, still blocked. I feel like I've really made an effort to move on with my life. I'm touring nearby apartments and I hope to have my own lease signed by the end of the month. I really just feel like there wasn't anything to talk about, and I didn't feel like I owed someone who would do something like that to me anything, and even a conversation. This morning, while discussing my plans, etc., my parents basically sat me down and asked me to talk over everything with him. They figure I will regret it in the future. That mistakes happen. That without his confessions, I can't be 100% sure that he cheated, etc., etc. I told them that I didn't really want to waste any more time on the situation, and that while I was being selfish, I didn't think hearing his side would help me in healing anyway. My mom and I got into a pretty heated argument. That's so crazy how the parents are defending this guy. Like, he was in a relationship with this other bitch for 9 months. 9 months. 9 months. That's crazy. Eventually, she told me she raised a more compassionate, caring daughter than that. Why do I owe a cheater anything? Am I the asshole? Fuck no. Fuck no. And I'm going to get these dumbass comments in my fucking comments talking about, oh, but you always say that when a guy cheats on a girl, then the girl should just take him back and make him prove it to you. No. If he does it once and he's like, oh shit, I fucked up, baby, give me another chance, then yes, I feel like the girl should take him back and put his feet to the fire and be like, prove that shit to me, you know? But no, this man has a whole nother relationship. He was with this girl for 9 months. So no, it wasn't a mistake. No, this wasn't oh shit, I slipped up. Oh, I was just horny. Nah, man. Fuck this guy. Get the hell out of here. Goodbye, Jose. You know what I mean? And then the fact that the parents are defending him. Wow. Again, if I was the dad, it'd be on sight. Be on sight, son. I would be wanting to throw hands. I'd be like, put them shits up right now. You know what I mean? He came to my door, and if I answer that door, I'd be like, hey, yo, let me talk to you real quick. And I close that door. I straight sock that motherfucker in his mouth. You know, I'd be like, put your hands up, nigga. Put them up. Put them up. Let's go. I'll give you a little chance to defend yourself. I just need to get that one out. Because, you know, yeah. I'd be like, no, put your dukes up. Let's go. And if he's like, no, I don't want to fight you. I'd be like, okay, cool. I want to fight you, though. I'd be beating that motherfucker's ass. Like, nigga, you 30, what? You 30-something. He was what? You 33. All right, you 33. Put your hands up. You a grown-ass man. I'm going to beat your ass. What the fuck are we talking about here? And you about to hurt my baby girl like that. Nah, man, it's on sight. What are you talking about? Like, nah. And I think she did it correctly. Like, don't involve yourself in that petty shit. Don't sit there and feel like you got to get revenge. If I'm being honest with you, the best revenge that you could do is exactly what you just did. You know what I mean? You just blocking him and just moving on. Oh, I bet you that kills him. That kills him inside. He's sitting there just like, dang, whoa, she didn't really give a fuck about me. Like, dang, she was just willing to up and leave this and that. Like I'm sure that's just distraughting him like crazy, because he was sitting there and he was just like, yeah, I got my cake and I'm eating it too. You know what I mean? And it's like, once you take that away from him, you ain't got to do it. And then on top of that, the moment you start dating somebody else, oh, man. And he hears about it, oh, man. He really gonna get upset, But he might not, just because he's been with that other girl for so long. You know what I mean? You never know. But I think you did it right. I think it was good for you to just leave. I think you were the bigger person on that. That shows maturity. That shows that you are ready to, be in a long-term relationship that involves a marriage and children and all that kind of stuff. Because a lot of girls who sit there and they just are like, nah, girl, I would have ruined his life and I would have done this and da-da-da and slash his tires and blah, 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 blah. Like, that shows you are very immature and that you don't deserve a long-term relationship. And that you really need to work on yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Because honestly, regardless of what the other person chooses to do, if they choose to go and do that shit, okay, that's fine. You go and let them do that. And you just walk away amicably. You know what I mean? Because you look at it like, that's not me. I'm not going to stoop down to your level just because I feel some type of way about what you did or about the choices that you made. No, those are your choices. You go ahead and lay in that bed that you made for yourself, but I'm not going to go lay in that bed with you. You know what I mean? That's what a lot of people do. They sit there and they lay in that bed with them, and it makes them look stupid. When people, and it's not even just women, it's guys and it's girls. When they get online and they get on TikTok and they want to berate their ex and they want to do all this dumb shit, I'm just like, dude, this just shows me that you're insecure. This shows me that you have a lot of things that you're, dealing with, and you're kind of projecting a little bit, if I'm being honest with you, because you're deciding to stoop down to the level of this person who obviously is a shitty person. So why would you want to be on the same level as that of a shitty person? Why would you do that when you could stay up here and just move on and be like, cool, if that's the bullshit that you want to involve yourself in and be like, cool, that's fine, but I'm gonna go be over here because I want something different. Because she looked at it like, I want a family, I want to be married, I want to have something long term. You obviously don't. You want to play around and you want to do all this other fuck shit. Cool, you go and do that. I'm not gonna do no fuck shit though. No thanks. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna go get me a guy that actually wants that, So that's why I'm like, you are not the asshole, girl. Psh, please. And the parents defending, oh. And don't get me wrong, I understand that she sat there. She did say, hey, if you guys want to keep your relationship with him, you can. I think that was dumb, though. I think dad should want to fight that motherfucker on sight. And I think moms should be out there. Moms should be the one, you know what I mean, putting the shit out on the internet, if I'm being honest with you. Like if I ever got done hella dirty by a girl and whatnot, I wouldn't want to be the one that stoops down to that level and whatnot. Nah, I'm moving on, and I'm gonna do it in a mature and just do it in the right way. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna spill the tea to my family and friends. You know what I mean? And they can do it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Yeah, because I mean, to them, they're not stupid low. They're just spreading the information around. All right, maybe I'm wrong for that last one. All right, I'm sorry. All right, on to our next scenario. My fiance cheated with a prostitute. Damn, son. Why? I don't get this. I don't get this. You got coochie at home, so why are you paying for it? You got sweet walls at home, and you can get them for free. For free. Literally, you could walk up to your girl and just like slide your dick in. She ain't gonna say no. You know what I mean? She ain't gonna say no. She'd be like, oh, babe, whoa, oh my God, you're just ready to go, aren't you? You know, like, bro, come on now, what are we doing here? Like, you out here paying for it for some random chick who's been ran through by a million hobos? Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? It's weird. Just weird. I'm engaged, planning all the wedding for this November. Damn. And they were planning a wedding, too. Our new house, honeymoon, and everything. I'm 30. I'm an introvert. And not into drinking too much. This weekend was my mom's birthday. The party went all day long. By 7 p.m., I was tired, so I came back to my house, and my fiance, 31, stayed there with my whole family. He was already pretty drunk when I left. At midnight, my parents arrived, and he wasn't even answering my text. I worried about him drunk and I was worried about him drinking and driving, and I got up and went to his house to check on him. His car wasn't even there. I called him over and over. I drove around looking all day. Hold on. I drove around looking all the way to check. Hold on. Wait, what? I drove around all the way to check if his car had not hit a pole or worse. Okay, she just wrote that a little weird. Then, 1 hour later, he answers the phone. Sounds super drunk, saying that he was sleeping all this time, but he didn't know that he had been at his house. Realizing that he was alive and well and lying, I got nervous and drove back there to ask where he was all that time. Yeah, because she drove past the house and his car wasn't there. He said that he blacked out on the street and had just woken up when he answered the phone. Of course, I didn't believe. So wait. You're changing the story up now, my guy. You said that you were asleep the whole time and that you didn't realize that you were at home. Now you're saying that you woke up on the side of the road and that you blacked out. Like, we already caught you in a lie. You know what I mean? Me and the podcast viewers, we already caught you in a lie, bro. What are you doing? What you doing there, my guy? Of course, I didn't believe it and kept pushing and asking. In the heat of the moment, I pushed him to the wall to try to make him, to even look at me. But he got so mad and told me to leave. He grabbed my arm and began to drag me outside. I fought and came back to his bedroom, trying to calm down to talk better. But he grabbed me again and tried to sit on the ground to stop him, and he simply dragged me across the floor, screaming. He had never done anything violent to me. I got super scared and left. Next morning, he called me to come over to talk. He was calm and unusual. He was calm as usual and apologized for the violence, but he stuck to his story. Even gave me his phone to check for something. He just forgot to erase the credit card notification from the motel. Then he decided to tell me the truth, that he left the birthday party and went to a place and chose a girl. He said he regretted when they got to the motel and hadn't done anything, but by the timing, I know that they spent around 1 hour there, and I guarantee you he didn't need 1 hour. He was giving that whiskey dick for 30 seconds and it was over. We dated for over 5 years, and there were 2 situations of cheating in the very beginning, which I forgave. I really trusted him after that. I don't know what happened. He had never hired somebody. Why all of a sudden would he do that? We were doing fine, beginning our life together. He is begging me to give him another chance, but I don't think I can. My heart tells me not to. Besides, this situation is an amazing partner. We really get along well. I really love him and know he loves me too, and I believe that he is sorry for it. I have no one to talk to. I was frantically dependent on him. It will not be easy to begin my life again at this point of life. I don't know what to do. Am I the asshole for leaving because my fiance... Dude, okay. You know... I don't know why he did it either, Because it seemed like everything was going great. You guys were about to get married. You guys were about to move into a house together. You guys were about to start your life together. I'm sure having some kids, doing all that good stuff. You're 30, so you feel like, all right, cool. I'm in this great, position. Like, this is what I want. I got a good dude. Yeah, he cheated on you, but then, he looked at it like, whoa, it was a mistake. I fucked up. You gave him that second chance. You were like, hey, I'm gonna put your feet to the fire, make you prove it to me. He did. And it made you trust him again. It made you love him again. But see, this is the thing right here. It's where, I always say, once is a mistake, but twice is a pattern. And once you get to that point where it's a pattern, it's like, yeah, bro, that's tough at that point. You know what I mean? It's tough at that point because it's like there's no going back after something like this. There just isn't. I get it. She wants to go back because she's like, I love him and I care about him and he's a good guy aside from the situation and so on and so forth. Maybe he had just a lapse in judgment in the moment, but it's like, sweetheart, again, if you dealt with this, once and you were just like, and then he proved it to you and everything was copacetic and cool, then yes, I would be like, getting married to him is a good idea. Why? Because he realizes his mistake. He was able to change and he changed for you and he, wants to be better. But this guy, he's in that category of it's a pattern. And so you guys are going to get married and he's going to keep doing this bullshit. Because in his mind, he's like, oh, man, I got away with it. You know what I mean? I got away with it twice. What's a third time? And then he lied to your face. That's what gets me, aggravated. That's why I called it out in the beginning. The fact that he looked you right in your eye receptacles. He looked you right in your windows to the soul. And he said, oh, babe, I was asleep the whole time. I didn't realize I was at home. And then you're like, wait a minute, but your car wasn't there. Oh, yeah, no. I blacked out on the side of the road, and then I woke up and went home, and it was just like, which one is it? Did you black out on the side of the road, or were you at home the whole time? You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna look me in my eye receptacles and lie to me like that? You're gonna look me in the face and lie to me like that? That's crazy. That doesn't show me you love me. That shows me that you don't give a fuck about me. What are we doing? So, no, girl, don't go back. I get it. She looks at it like, oh, fuck, it's going to be so hard to, find another guy. It's going to be so hard to, restart my life and stuff like that. But you know what? Sadly, that happens sometimes. You go through these shitty situations in life. Life makes you start over. I just think it's a thing where, look, you're not alone. Everybody goes through this. And you're going to come out on the other end better from it. Why? Because now. You know what I mean? You know better. You're like, I know what to look out for. I know, how a guy should be treating me and how it should go and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? And it's like, don't take shit, from these dudes. It just is what it is. And like I said, it sucks because it's like these type of dudes, where it fucks it up for the next guy. You know what I mean? Because now it's going to be very harder for her. Like the next guy, oh man, she's going to hold him to such a high standard that it's going to be tough for him to kind of live up to it. And I understand why she's doing it. I'm not saying she's wrong for having this high standard on the next guy, but it's going to be tough because she's going to hyperanalyze everything that he says. And, she's going to write it down and remember everything. And if he says something different than what was said in the past, she's going to call it out and she's going to be pissed off. And, and she's going to break up with the dude and not deal with that bullshit. And I give it to you, but it's just like, whoo, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the next guys that she gets with. And like I said, hey, it's warranted, definitely. It is. But hey, just don't go back, girl. Don't go back. I don't think you're the asshole for leaving. I don't think you're the asshole for feeling the way you feel. You just got to move on. Got to move on. All right. This will be our second to last one. And then like I said, this one's going to be a long episode because your boy spent too much time on the Tinder thread. Sorry. But if you got this far in the episode, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. Again, patreon.com/MyLastPodcast. Get on there for that year's worth of content and being able to send in your scenarios to be featured like these people have done. If you're an audio listener, download as well as rate in that show. 5 stars. If you want to help with the free 99 side of things, Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube, follow us on over there. It is for free, and I appreciate you. I love you. Let's get to it. All right, am I wrong for asking my girlfriend to shower?
Bruh.
She don't shower? For what reason? Girl, why you out here got a funky coochie? For what? All right, let's see what's up. At the weekend, at the weekend, my girlfriend had been out all day. When she got home, she was quite sweaty as it is hot outside. We were sat watching TV and she started to initiate some sexy time. She asked if I was in the mood and asked if I would go down on her. I said I was in the mood, but I asked if she would have a shower first. She asked why, and I just mentioned the odor of the sweat that I could smell and mentioned that the odor would make going down on her quite unpleasant. She got annoyed and denied she was sweaty, and she denied there was an odor, but I disagreed. She said she wasn't in the mood anymore and went to the bedroom. Later in the night, she said I hurt her feelings and shouldn't have asked her to shower. I pointed out if only asked to make sure the experience was pleasant for both of us, as it would not have been nice for me. She said again that I was saying that I didn't like how she smelled, and though she smelled bad down there, I told her not to start twisting my words, but she denied that's what she was doing. Am I in the wrong for asking her to shower first? Okay. Yes, because you did it wrong. You could have. All right, look, think about it like this. All right, let's paint the picture for you guys. We're sitting on the couch. My girl is there. You know, she's a little funky, whatever. She gets on top of me. She's making out, blah, 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 blah. And then she's just like, are you in the mood? I'm like, yeah, I'm in the mood. She's like, oh, eat me out. And I'd be like, before I do that, though, let's take it to the shower. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, let's take it to the shower. You know, let's get undressed. Let's get all wet and slippery. You know, and then I'll just throw you in the bed and then just blah, 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 up in that coochie. You know what I mean? And I think for her, that would have excited her. Like, ooh, oh, okay, yeah. You know what I mean? We're all getting naked. Then we're getting in the shower. You know, we're kissing and cuddling in the shower, touching each other and doing all the good stuff. You know, what you do. And then, you know, you turn the shower water off. You know, you dry up a little bit. And then you can eat her coochie and it's great. And it's like, you got the shower that you desired. You know, she took the shower. Because, you know, you're rubbing her with the bar of soap and whatnot, and you're making it sexy, you know what I mean? You got to make it sexy. So, you're rubbing her down with the soap and whatnot, you know, you're doing your thing, and, you know, she rubbing the soap on you and whatnot. So it's like, you're getting her clean, and then she gets what she wants right after, but you're making it sexy. You know, sometimes with girls, I don't think that they ever really like straightforward shit. Is what I've noticed, you know, like even in my past relationship, I was always straightforward with her, but then I would notice that she would hate that. And then when I would kind of like drape a veil over it a little bit, you know, and I'd spruce it up and make it a little sexy, she would be down with it. You know what I mean? Not even knowing what my master plan was, you know? And so I think what you got to do with her is just, you know, drape that veil over a little bit, make it sexy, make it a little saucy, you know, have some fun with it. And I think that might help you out a little bit in getting what you want, but at the same time giving her what she wants, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's not like you're not going to eat her coochie, you know what I mean? It's just a thing where it's like, you're just like, babe, no, let's just add an extra step to it, you know what I mean? Let's make the step sexy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. I don't know. I feel like the ladies would agree with me. Like, you know what? Yeah, no, I'd be down with that too. He's not telling me I'm funky. He's not telling me I don't want to go down on you because I stink. You know what I mean? He's literally just making it sexy. Like, you know, we rubbing each other in the shower, doing our thing. But in reality, what he's doing is, you know, he's getting that odor to go away. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. It's a win-win, I feel like. You know, sometimes... Let's just say sometimes it's good to white lie your girl. I'm just saying. Sometimes it's good to white lie your girl. If you know, when it's situations like that, you gotta put a veil over it, you know, because like I said, you're not really showering to make it sexy. You're showering because you notice she funky. But for her, she believes it as we're showering to make it sexy. And that's why I say the whole white lie thing, okay? I'm just saying. Don't lie to your girl, but sometimes you gotta just white lie just a little bit, you know what I mean? And that I think that conversation would have went way better. You guys would have, had sex. She would have got her coochie eaten out, and it would have been all great. It would have been all fantastic. Again, let me know what you think about it. This will be our last scenario for today's Sunday episode. I know this was a long one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little extra long episode, you know what I mean? Am I the asshole for telling my friend I really couldn't care less that her boyfriend can see my nipples? Wait a minute. Why are you letting another man see your nipplies? You know what I mean? Why? All right, let's get into it. My friend and her boyfriend are in town and staying with us. My husband and I gave them our bedroom, and we're on the fold-out sofa in the living room. Her boyfriend has to work remotely, so he set up in the kitchen table, which is kind of across from the sofa I'm on. Tight quarters, but oh well. Today I woke up sick as a dog. I have like 102-degree fever. I've thrown up 3 times. I'm burning hot, so I'm wearing a pair of my husband's boxers, which are basically booty shorts, and a really thin white tank top. Really revealing, I know, but it's what I'm comfortable in right now. The last time I ran into the bathroom to throw up, my friend came in, thought she might be bringing me water or something, but instead she wanted to talk to me about what I was wearing. She said my nipples poking through my top and my butt hanging out was way too revealing to be around her boyfriend in, and that when I was bending over to get water, my shirt was hanging low, that they both saw my bare breastises. Still leaning over the toilet, I said something to the effect of, if it's that big of a deal, y'all can just go to the bedroom or go on an outing for a minute. I feel like shit, and I really couldn't care less that her boyfriend can see my titties. Please give me a moment in here alone. She said that was a violation of girl code, stormed out, and has been shooting me nasty looks for the last 30 or 45 minutes. Am I the asshole here? I get that's what you're comfortable in, but you do have company over, so you shouldn't really be dressing like that in the first place. You kind of should have some like baggy jammy pants on and a t-shirt, or like, but I get it, that's your house and you want to dress comfortable and do your thing. But at the same time, I understand from the girlfriend's perspective. I mean, it's not like nothing's going to happen. Like, if you weren't sick, then it'd be like, okay, all right, something might happen. You know what I mean? You might see homeboys Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson down there, and and you might be like, oh shit, all right, that kind of look nice. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that that's what would happen, but you dressing kind of scantily clad like that, my boy out here, rocking a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson down there, and he's like, oh shit, like, yo girl, you looking crazy, you know what I mean? But I get why she didn't care though. Like, she's sick. She's like, bro, I got a fever, I'm throwing up. Like, right now, the only thing that matters in life right now is just my survival. Like, let's be honest here, it's my fucking survival. And I'm not into this whole, like, caring what your dude is doing. He can go in the room. You know what I mean? You can tell him, hey, go in the room. You could, whatever. Like, I'm doing you a favor here by letting you guys have the room, letting you guys stay here, doing all this kind of stuff. It's my house. You can't tell me how to dress in my house. You know what I mean? So it's like, I do get it from her perspective, but I also get it from the girlfriend's perspective too. Because if homeboy is seeing old girl walk around looking spicy, you know what I mean? Again, my man's just walking around with a salami in his pants. Like, yo, man. Like, what would make you feel better is this penis. I'm just saying. So again, that one's a difficult one. Because like I said, it's her house. She's sick. She ain't really caring. Homeboy can go in the room. We gave you the room to, do what you need to do. So go in the room and do all that shit. But again, she like, hey, you're tempting my man into doing something that I don't really want him to do. Yeah, I'm just saying. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that. All that in the comments and all the situations that we've gone over today and the long ass Tinder thread that we went through. And comment down what you think, man. Appreciate you guys so much for being here on this beautiful Sunday episode. I love doing these episodes for you guys. And again, hop on the Patreon. Check us out live on Twitch and Kick as well as YouTube. I'm probably going to go live tonight and tomorrow night. So check us out with that if you're listening to this on Sunday. If you're not listening to this on Sunday, my live schedule is Sunday Friday, Sunday, and Monday at 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll usually be streaming for maybe like 3 to 4 hours. I don't really like to stream too long. So just catch us over there. If you ever miss any of the streams, it's all good. I will have a VOD playlist on YouTube for you guys. I will upload all of the streams there. And if we're having technical difficulties on the stream, bear with your boy, because streaming is extremely new to me, and, I don't really know what I'm doing, if I'm being honest with you. Like, my first stream, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like, oh my God. I was just happy that, I was able to play the game. You guys were able to hear the game and hear my voice first, to some degree. Like, I was like, we're good. We're good. We're doing something. So I'm only going to get better at it. Just bear with your boy. I love you guys all. I'll see you on Tuesday for some crazy, wacky scenarios and threads. And yes, love y'all. Peace.